8 things you ought to know about during this corona epidemic. Mundu Ibrahim, I'm your host. Welcome to another entertaining segment where I would love to tell you the 8 things you should know about during this corona epidemic. To get started, if you're new in here, it's my pleasure that you subscribe to my channel and click on the bell icon for notification about other follow-up videos. I believe it will be from here that the future leaders of the post-corona new normal world shall pass by to get inspired. If you're still here, I would love to give you a thumbs up because it tells me your sense of purpose and desire to want to be inspired. 1. It's an epidemic simply means it's no longer a Wuhan city problem where it originated. It's no longer a problem of China alone as a country. It has crossed international borders. It's now a global problem. A respecter of no persons, whether rich or poor, from a royal background or an ordinary background, everybody is susceptible to the corona infections. Therefore, we ought to take the necessary precautions and stay safe. For example, I recommend us following directives as passed by the WHO and our ministries of health and governments in combating this coronavirus together. Secondly, the world is not coming to an end. The havoc caused by the coronavirus has caused very many people into thinking that their worlds are crumbling down. But the fact that you're watching and listening to me right now should remind you that you have every control to turn your life around. That is, if you haven't done so. Thirdly, life is the greatest gift of all. You and I should be singing praises, Hosanna, since we continue to exist and live. Fourth, life can easily be lost if we don't follow the necessary precautions and stay safe from the corona infections. Just imagine over 180,000 people worldwide lost their lives due to the novel coronavirus. This should tell us how dangerous this particular coronavirus is, and it shouldn't be taken for granted. Fifth, money, if not wealth, doesn't necessarily mean everything. Good health should be the king. Sometimes lack of money during these strange times has proven to bite deep into some people's pockets and budgets, but it shouldn't be enough fuel for temptation for one to want to acquire a loan. For a caution, a loan facility during these times is not a good solution, because once you fail to pay up, then the pains as a result of failing to pay up could be even deeper. Just don't go for a loan. It's my advice. Then 6. Our bodies need food. Our body tissues need food and water. The lockdowns have made it nearly impossible for some individuals to acquire sufficient amounts of food able to feed themselves and their families. If we can be able to store sufficient amounts of food, then we can end the problem of food shortages in our families. I should be able to give you tips on how to do this some other time. 7. Absolute power belongs to a minority elite group with connections worldwide. If they decide to do something, then nobody can block them, nobody can stop them, because they are very powerful, very powerful, with enforcement units in place. Just imagine that every human being was locked down, right from the most powerful countries down to the poorest and weakest of countries. I don't think that was an easy thing, but it happened successfully, and more may happen in the future times. And lastly, the social distancing, the face masks, the hand washing regimes, just to mention, are the new normal for now and always, just as condoms were the new normal when STIs like HIV and AIDS raised havoc on humanity then. But nothing should fret you and worry you silly to death. I'd love to raise your hopes this way. You are not weak. You are not poor. You are simply a victim of an inferiority complex, and you have the power to overcome it. In the words of President Alexander Lukashenko, it's better to die standing than to live on your knees. Hope this message inspired somebody out there. Kindly leave your comments, suggestions, and other proposals at the comment section. Thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting me. I wish you the best. Let's meet over at the next video.